Always a lot of fun getting to see inductees go into the Sports Hall of Fame at Barton Community College, and I would put Barton up there with anybody in the country as far as what players and coaches, administrators, and boosters have done in their time past Barton or in their time here at Barton. So many great and deserving Hall of Famers, and we get to talk with the one right now at halftime. We'll talk to Christy Reif here in a little bit, a two-sport athlete at Barton in the late 80s and early 90s. But Jeff Beaman joining us here. You were inducted earlier this morning and this afternoon at the Kirkman Center. A former tennis player for Barton Community College and also a former coach at the for the Cougars as well, and now in your 7th season at the University of West Alabama. First of all, congratulations to you, and what an honor. But I always like to take you back to that feeling when you were first notified, when you found out that you're going to be inducted. What was kind of going through your head?
It was a bit of a surprise, a very good surprise. It's, it brought back all of a sudden, you just have the memories come back, and you hope that it works out that you can actually go there. We had to reschedule a match with Troy and South Alabama, but both coaches were understanding, and it's worth it. It's great to be back.
Well, they had some of the pictures of you and also your team in the program. Man, this looks like a tough tennis team right here. I mean, that picture's pretty hard right there. What was tennis program like in the 90s for you?
It was a great experience. It's something that I think being coached by Randy, seeing how he balanced, he was a full-time pharmacist, he was doing lessons, he was raising and continuing to produce kids. I think it really, the work ethic and being part of a winning environment really set the tone. I never thought I'd be a college coach. Neil Elliott called me. I canceled going to grad school and thought it would be 1 to 2. Met her in college here. We loved it here, and thought it would be a brief step before grad school and being a professor. And 23 years later, I'm just going back to grad school.
For you, originally from Canada, and then you mentioned that you won a state championship in Tennessee and Wyoming. What brought you to eventually to play at Barton?
There was a book that back then you wrote letters, and I wasn't very good at proofreading. Barton didn't have a men's program, sent a bunch of letters. Realized after I went back that it was probably a wasted 18 cents. But the first coach that got back to me was Randy Moyers, and spoke with several schools and got lucky. They had brought a men's team after that book was published, and tennis ever since.
What was the competition like? You talked about some of the players that you were able to play with in your time here at Barton in the mid-90s. What was tennis like at that time here at Barton and just across Region 6 and the junior college level?
Oh, it was great. And not only, I don't know how many, Hutch, McPherson, Cloud, Heston, a lot of programs that are no longer here, but a very high level, and just even high school in the area. Claflin, Randy, Coach Shannon, a great band. I think Bittner and Claflin, Lyles, and tennis was booming, let's say.
Well, for you now, as we mentioned, in your 7th year at the University of West Alabama, kind of take me through your career after Barton and then eventually landing at West Alabama.
Went from Barton to College of Santa Fe, NAIA, got a $7 million donation, and they wanted to win national championships. We got close, finished second my second year. School went broke, got sold, moved on, but because of the success, coached at TCU, did well. Went on, got offered the head job at University of Idaho, and got to a point where was looking for something different. I was a candidate for Nevada, offered the Montana State job, got a call for a job I never applied, and spoke to somebody that said, hey, you really need to explore all options. Went out there, and it's a place that reminds me of Barton. Small town. The weather's a little warmer.
Right, I bet so.
Doesn't get quite as cold, but it's a small town, an athletics community, and I feel that I was able to do well here, and I'm doing well there, and it's an environment that is very comparable to my Barton experience, and I hope that the athletes, we have a lot of kids. We have a girl that transferred from Southern Miss. We have top recruits that are going there. They're not going there for the restaurants. They're not going there for the shopping. They're going there for the, get a degree and a great tennis experience. And I think that's very comparable to what I experienced here as an athlete and what I sold as a coach.
Well, it's an impressive resume. Congratulations to you, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, that is Jeff Beaman, one of the 3 new inductees into the Hall of Fame at Barton Community College, the former tennis player and coach at Barton Community College. We'll take a break. Halftime, Lady Cougars on top of Independence, 29-22. And we'll be back with another Hall of Famer. Christy Reif joins us next on B104.3 The Point.
Have you been thinking of making the switch to Inductee Wireless, but you're stuck in an agreement with your current provider? We'll pay off your phone for up to $1,000. Yes, really! You'll also receive up to $820 off the smartphone of your choice. That includes a Samsung Galaxy S.